So I said I really wanted to play Starfield. I did. I even made a video about it and released it, and then life just got in the way. It just stopped me from doing this. But finally had a bit of free time, so now we're back. And I'm not going to waste any of that time. Let's just get into it. As it has been a while since I've actually played this, I was at first a little confused what we were doing, just standing on the moon, but then I remembered we were chasing after some guy for an artifact and he stopped here to repair the ship on some old space station, so we might want to lift off. We also might want to successfully dock and, you know, not just bonk into it. Like that. That was good. Okay, so I'm a bit rusty on this game, alright? After spending far longer than I care to admit, I finally remembered how to and then did successfully dock. You know a situation is bad when you find a corpse as soon as you walk in. I also found a man who I somehow managed to shoot into the ceiling. I don't know how, but I did. You know what else I found? A load of bad guys, which means we've got a big firefight to do. A proper firefight like this also reminds me of one of my biggest issues with this game, which is lack of ammo. Nevertheless, I did continue to do well until I was forced to use a shotgun, and well, getting up close like that was not a good idea. At all. The second time I got a bit more lucky, and it took a while, but I did eventually beat them all. I then listened to the audio log, which was the whole reason I came here, was to pick this up, which told me our prey has fled to Neptune. Another soul planet to visit. We head out to Neptune and we find the ship and it's attacking us. Okay, it makes sense actually because the pirates are controlling Moana's ship. I nearly called him Moana. It's time for us to do our first boarding. She tells us to target the engine, but near as I can tell there's no specific way to do it. We still managed it though. We dealt with a few more guys and we found our injured... Well, he's not a friend. I've only just met him, but we can see the artifact we want. And considering we just saved his bacon, he's more than happy to let us take it. With that, it's time to head back to the lodge, which is already starting to feel a little bit like home. Unsurprisingly, the artifact was added, and although we don't have enough, it is a start. Also, we are finally in Constellation, officially. And yeah, I'm more than happy to keep Sarah as a companion. We're given several main missions to do, but we have to start with one of them, and we're going to go for Barrett. Remember him? He's the guy who gave us the ship and the robot. We're going to go back to the mining colony and grab him. We are going home. Home seems to have really turned to shit though. Our old supervisor is here, but pretty much no one else is. Pirates roll through and Barrett and another might be alive, but not here, and we don't know where. Getting the computer up and running will help us find them, but first we have to find some power cells. We managed to extract one from a dead robot, Lynn gave us a second, and the third one came from the med bench we woke up in. Remember that? It's right at the start of the game where we did the character creation. I'm not even playing much of the game and I'm already starting to feel nostalgic. With that, we get the computer up and running and manage to find out where Barrett was. We also get a new crew member because Lynn really doesn't want to stay here. Reasonable. Anyway, we have a man to save, so we lift off and that's not supposed to happen. I guess that's our second glitch of the episode. I hope nobody's in there. More importantly, let's head to the planet we're meant to go to, which is really dead and also has a crashed ship on it. That's not good. We get there and we find Hella, who actually is one of the miners we met earlier. Also, he's Lynn's missing man. We end up recruiting him to the crew. We are doing that a lot today. And more importantly, find out where Barrett is. Being held by pirates. Great. I am going to rescue him, but I get a bit distracted above the planet due to the sudden appearance of other pirates. They're dead now, so it's fine. We head down to the planet, which, side note, love the cutscenes for that. It looks so cool. And then head to the old abandoned research base. That won't cause any problems, will it? No. I reckon it'll be about the same level of problems as taking on a pirate base with a lack of ammo. The ammo situation did make it more difficult, but we eventually got them beat before heading inside. Barrett is here, being held by pirates, as expected. The rescue goes moderately well. I mean, he does get set on fire, but we do rescue him. That's something. And with that, we head back to the lodge. It feels like this is where we're going to keep coming when we finish mission, but this place is cool, so I don't mind. I like coming here. Barrett joined our crew, but I'm keeping Sarah. I like her. Plus, you know, the game has marriage and all that. Anyway, back to the mission, and back to meeting another marriage candidate, who is the one I would go for, but I imagine will be popular with the ladies. Sam Coe. he'll be coming with us and bringing his kid along too. We've gone from having 2 companions to 7 this episode. Anyway, Sam knows where we should go and have a look for another artifact, but of course more pirates to deal with. After that we get to Akila City, which looks very different from the other place. It feels like a Starfield version of a Fallout City, at least from the outside. Heading in there though is a different experience. I didn't know what to expect, but it wasn't this. We get in there and almost immediately we see a bank robbery and hostage situation in process. After some talking we get drafted in, and apparently now I'm a hostage negotiator. Sure, alright, I'll give it a go. Was I successful? Nope. My negotiating skills are not up to par, but I can reload and try again. I tried being more forceful and it went worse. Tried a few more times and it kept not happening. And eventually I get lucky when I start talking about the hostage's family, and apparently they all just gave up at that point. I get paid and invited to join the Freestar Rangers. Very interesting. Now, we're supposed to be hunting down maps for the artifact, but well, I got distracted. I'm curious about the Freestar Rangers, and joining genuinely sounds cool, so let's just go and do that. Basically, these guys are intergalactic police, which sounds fun. I sign up, they're not just going to slap a badge on me unless I prove myself. I can choose my mission, so let's go kill a pirate captain in Seoul. I'm sure this will be nice and easy. Well, it pretty much was, yeah. I had to bounce around a few places. I eventually found him on a moon of Uranus, but yeah, I mean, he wasn't hard to kill at all. Going back to Akila, it looks nicer than before because it's actually got some light out, but yeah, it still gives me Fallout vibes. We get it though. We get our badge. We are now a member of the Freestar Rangers. We also get our first missions from them, so yeah, let's go and do that. One thing I can say I really love about this game, how varied all these places are. I love going to like a new planet and seeing something completely different to what I've seen before. Anyway, we have a chat with the farmers who's been threatened by some men that want to force her out. Those men came from the canyon, so that's where we're going. Canyon's full of giant spiders, but you know, it's fine, we can deal with them. When we do eventually find these guys, I do try and talk to them to avoid a violent outcome, but they weren't interested in that. They chose violence, so I chose their death. Their leader was a bastard who nearly got me, but I got him instead. Now we're done here, guess it's time to head back. Having a chat with her and clearing the mission gets us the achievement for joining the Rangers. I'm sure I was already a member, but oh well. Still taking that achievement. With that though, it does feel like a good time to end. So, this episode. In this episode, we recruited a bunch of new crew members. We got a couple of achievements, found another artifact, and began chasing a lead for a new one. We joined the Freestar Rangers, and we dealt with some criminals. All in all, I would call that a successful video. Next time, well, I think I'll try and be less distracted and continue the main story. Hopefully. Regardless, I'll see you then.